Friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And on today's Going In Raw News Brief, does Randy Orton love Baby Yoda? Is Trish Stratus heading to NXT? But first, Raw rebounds from a record low, but it still don't look great. Larson, what's in the news?
Yeah, ratings are in for the post-TLC edition of Raw, and the show managed to rebound from the record low last week. This is what they got. For hour one, 1.84 million. It's pretty decent for today's ratings.
Yeah.
Hour two, 1.701. Sorry, 1.701 for hour two. Hour three, 1.531. So a pretty huge dip from hour one to hour three. That's an average of 1.691 million for the whole 3 hours.
Not nice.
The 18 to 49 demo numbers, really all that matters. 0.55 for hour one, 0.53 for hour two, and 0.51 for the last hour.
May I point this out?
What?
You always make a point of saying the demo is the only thing that matters. And yet
somewhat sarcastically.
No, but my assertion that AEW is going to beat Raw in the ratings has actually played out twice now in that all-important demo.
But when you say that, I assume you mean the actual viewer total.
That's exactly what I mean.
Yeah, they've beaten them in the all-important 18 to 49 demo already. That's old news.
Right.
Besting Raw in terms of actual viewership, that's something else.
So last week's average was what, 1.51 or something like that?
1.5 something.
Something. Yeah, I mean, look, you burn a guy alive, people are going to tune in to see the fallout from that. But then they'll probably tune in and they'll be like, oh, yeah, that's why. This is why I didn't tune in last week, because it's still boring.
If the goal of 1.53 last week, 1.53 million. So let's assume that it would be engendered some goodwill, at least some interest from their fan base because of the conclusion of TLC where Randy Orton lit Bray Wyatt on fire. And they're like, oh, I wonder how this is going to play out. So they tune in and they witness like 2 hours of pretty lousy wrestling television. And by the time Randall Keith Orton rolls around to talk about all that, I'm guessing a lot of those people are gone, judging from this third hour number, which was the same as the average last week. So it's going to be interesting to see what the numbers are next week. I know it's kind of in the holiday region. So you got to, say this would be one, if it's a low, it'd be a holiday low. But to see how ratings rebound, or if they continue to rebound next week, given the quality of Raw we got last night.
It's
last
interesting.
night's Raw was not good.
I always like to go sometimes. I like to look at our comments on the YouTubes to see what the general consensus is. If you and I have an opinion that is nay popular, like the Pat McAfee debacle, and the friendos have no problem, especially in YouTube comments, voicing their disagreement with that. Sometimes telling us we need to take a break. That one cracked me up the most. You guys should take a break. But the next week, we loved NXT. The next week, we were all about it. So if we took a break, we would have missed that. But no, nobody is disagreeing with us. Usually, especially when we go negative on an episode, we will get people defending it saying, oh, you guys are supposed to be the positive ones. You're supposed to be the ones who are all about finding the good and stuff. And there was none of that in our comments this week.
I will say this. I don't think we ever go negative. I don't think we go negative. We criticize what's in front of us. We're never negative for the sake of being negative. We never say stuff that we want to have evidence to back it up. I don't think we intentionally ever go negative. I think we are critical of things that we think aren't working.
I try to keep it honest. I try to keep it honest.
Me too.
And I know you do too. Sometimes, if we're down on something, people have had this sort of conception about us that, oh, these are the guys who always try to find good stuff. I can usually be entertained by a lot of things, but boring TV I have a hard time with. But I just thought it was interesting looking at the comments on our YouTube. Typically, they see us a certain way, and or maybe those people are gone. I don't know. But yeah. That's kind of interesting. We're going to be looking at ways to bring this rating up today in our episode of Power Rank, which is available for all Friendo Club TV members. If you were watching us at any time last night on the Twitch, chances are you got yourself a sub, and you can watch that live. Just turn on your Twitch notifications and your email notifications. We'll be live at 2 p.m. Pacific. Actually, we'll have already gone live, but you can catch the VOD by the time you're watching this, but you can catch the VOD of it on Twitch or on YouTube if you're a patron, $5 and up, or on YouTube channel, or if you're a YouTube channel member. Correct.
That's the case every week, every Tuesday, live. We're streaming Power Rank. As you mentioned, we're talking about ways to get the Raw rating up during the course of that. I might mention Randy Orton at some point. Wait, so go ahead. Do you have something else to
add? Just one last bit also on Power Rank today. I didn't really want to do it here, but Jim Cornette on his Drive-Thru podcast actually had a pretty hefty and decent way of looking at it. It's not really too abnormal from where his stance has been in the past, but it's sort of a bit more diplomatic the way he puts it in his latest podcast about how he would increase the Raw ratings. In the end, though, he says they're never going to do any of this stuff, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, we're going to look at that on Power Rank today because I think it's a pretty interesting quote.
Yes, and I think I feel pretty confident I will mention Randy Orton at least once during Power Rank. Randy Orton is in the news, Steve. Why is that?
Because he, just like me, we both love Baby Yoda. Looks like you're not the only one behind on The Mandalorian, though, Larson. You're in good company because Randy Orton tweeted late last night a rousing endorsement of what I consider the best Star Wars property to date. And he said, listen, I know it's late. I know I burned a man alive a couple days ago, and I shouldn't be trusted. But whatever you do, don't sleep on Mandalorian. Just started season 1, and I think I'm in love. # Baby Yoda. I love Randy Orton, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
He's terrific. Yeah, dude. You know, it's, man, I'm telling you, two of the most emotional moments. It's like right under, spoiler alert, Luke learning who his dad is. It's just maybe that, and maybe when grown-up Yoda dies, spoiler alert, in Return of the Jedi.
I mean, it's basically a 40-year-old movie at this point. I don't think you have to say spoiler alert anymore.
It's on par with that stuff.
I'm only 4 episodes in. I'm only 4 episodes in The Mandalorian. I'm way behind.
If
Season
you're
1, I'm 4 episodes
a dad
in. I'm way behind.
And don't get choked up by this, I don't know what's missing from you. That's what I'm going to say.
That's a litmus test then.
I know.
Like a challenge.
The problem is, dude, I've already bumped up your expectations.
You have. Because I'm 4 episodes in. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't quite hooked me yet.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. All right.
But I don't really feel like I'm into it. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
I'll watch it. I'll give it a chance.
The first time. Oh, dude. All right. Well, yeah, that's all I'm going to say about it. All
right, very well. Very well. Speaking of someone having something to say, Trish Stratus had quite a bit to say in a recent interview on Women's Wrestling Talk, and chatted about whether she'd be interested in working with WWE Creative. To which she had to say, quote, and these transcripts are from Fightful, she said, I like the idea of it. The reality is the road, and I just can't do the road because of my family. At this point, I just couldn't go back on the road. I'd love to contribute in some way. It was nice to go back and work with the girls and see how their minds work. Working with Finley again, it got me stimulated. Him and I, we just have that connection when we are working together. We would literally come up with with ideas and finish each other's thoughts. We could put some good matches together and do co-agenting. I've talked to Matt Blue about possibly going to NXT. We've talked on a number of occasions, but the right time has never come about to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That would be pretty cool to have her, at the least do some guest coaching at NXT.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, we Shawn Michaels, he's all about it.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically never seen without his Undisputed Era hat on. He went there to help Triple H out, and he's like, NXT to the core now.
Mm-hmm.
Be interested to see Trish go there, bring her immense experience, her immense knowledge of telling stories in the wrestling ring, and working with the fantastic women's division in NXT. I think that'd be great.
Dude, here's the thing. Also, this probably should be a news story. Wasn't there a listing for a WWE lead writer?
Yeah, I even considered about filling out that application on air.
Oh, what a great video we could do. That's
but
good.
The thing is, it's like I actually looked into it. The very first thing is you got to upload your resume, and then I got to the second page. And it's just a bunch of basic questions. We have to fill that page out before we move on.
Okay, I'm down, man. I think we should do that. I think it'd be rad.
All right.
Yeah.
We can do that tomorrow.
Let's do that. All right. Anyways, that's going to do it for us for News Brief. No Impact stream tonight. It's a clip show, but we're going to check out next week's clip show, doing an Impact stream next Tuesday. So, yeah, hopefully you all will join us tomorrow for our live watch-alongs of NXT and AEW. We won't be doing a recap of those shows. So if you want our thoughts on it, you got to hang out with us during the shows. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Help support Going In Raw today by becoming a Friendo Club TV member. You'll get access to new bonus episodes every week, including Friendo Club Arcade, Live Power Rank, Vintage 10 for the Wins, and Ask Steven Larson. Get access to Friendo Club TV today by becoming a $5 and up patron at patreon.com/Steven Larson, by throwing us a sub at twitch.tv/Steven Larson, or by clicking join at youtube.com/Steven Larson.